I had the pleasure this past weekend of being invited to attend the first ever Blackstone Social Summit in Logan, Utah. So it all started with a crack of dawn flight that had me questioning my life choices. I mean, seriously, who willingly wakes up at 4 a.m.? But hey, a shot of caffeine magic and a first class upgrade later, and I was soaring through the skies. A little over 3 hours later, I landed in Salt Lake City, where I would be spending the night before heading over to Logan for day one of the summit. I got my rental car and headed out to meet some of my fellow Griddle crew members for lunch. Jess Farron picked this rundown little Mexican joint that apparently had been featured 3 different times on diners, drive-ins, and dives. It must have been good because even this early, it already had a line waiting out the door. The best part had to be this little motel that was right next door with this really bizarre sign hanging out front. There is something a little off about this bear family. And is that gnome flicking me off? Don't forget to try out the honeymoon suite, where this little creeper is standing outside your window. He has clearly seen some things. Anyway, the company was great and the food absolutely lived up to the hype. After lunch we had some time to kill, so Jess and I decided to make an almost 2-hour drive to see the Bonneville Salt Flats. The drive was kind of boring, but the destination was well worth it. This place is like nothing I've ever seen. I even tasted a little bit of the salt because why not? And I can confirm it is salty. This place was like being on another planet. I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. We got our pictures and started to make the trek back to the Salt Lake City. Along the way, we decided to stop at the Great Salt Lake for a couple more pictures. You can't deny that view. With day 1 down, day 2 started with an hour-and-a-half drive up to Logan, where Blackstone headquarters is located. I have to say, the scenic drive through the mountains just outside of Logan is some of the most beautiful I have ever seen. I could see why people would want to live here and wake up to this every day. I was a little early, so I decided to stop at the Walmart right by the Blackstone HQ, because I figured they must have an amazing Blackstone selection. I was wrong. Alright, so I'm right by Blackstone headquarters, so I decided to check out the Walmart that is closest to the Blackstone headquarters, just to see what kind of Blackstone stuff they will have. And are you ready for this? You are going to be amazed at the selection here. There it is, the Blackstone section at the local Walmart closest to headquarters. You can get yourself a burger kit and some seasoning. And the seasonings are only $3 here, which is cheap. But that is all they have here that I can see. I'm looking over here. I do see the pizza oven over there in the distance. And I think that might be a griddle, but that is not a Blackstone. That's a Pit Boss. So, needless to say, a little disappointing. Holy crap, y'all. I just walked over here to look at this pizza oven. It's only $350. We don't see anything like that in Texas. That's crazy. I finally made it to Blackstone HQ, where they made us all sign an NDA, which means I was not allowed to take pictures or video inside. But here are a few pictures of the outside to prove I was here. Let me tell you, we got to see some cool and exciting stuff during our time at HQ, so you all be ready. For lunch, they set up the Griddle More Tour trailer and Todd Tovin cooked for us. This was great because I have yet to make it to the Griddle More Tour and I got to see Todd in all his glory. This man puts on a show and is as genuine and incredible as he seems. He made us some tacos and of course some Toddaloni. The food was good, and after lunch we were treated to some classes taught by the Griddle pros themselves. We learned about video and photo techniques, and I took this snazzy picture of a cheeseburger. The Blackstone crew treated us to a Q&A session where they gave out some great advice. We finished the day with an excellent dinner and social time at Prodigy Brewing. The food and beverages here were excellent, Todd gave a little speech, and everyone took pictures of their food using what they learned from Blackstone Betty. We ended the night with a little excitement outside, and after a long, fulfilling day, I made my way back to the hotel to rest up for day 2. As great as day 1 was, for day 2, we actually get to cook. We were asked to wear our official Griddle Crew Social Summit shirts, and I have to say, it looks pretty good. This day started with us teaming up with fellow Griddle Crew members to cook whatever we wanted. I teamed up with Michael from Low Budget Meals and Andy from Blackstone Griddle Recipes and Videos, by far the largest Blackstone group out there with 1.3 million members. We collaborated on an elevated McRib with some homemade potato chips. It turned out so good. The recipe video is coming soon, so I don't want to spoil it too much here. I will say that the highlight was getting to have the Griddle Pros try our food and loving it.
Good roasted right there now. Dang it, boy.
Holy cow.
That's good.
I'm redoing this one.
I told you. No, I want to redo this one.
Sorry, I called dibs, bro.
It was also a blast getting to see all the other Griddle Crew members in their element cooking some delicious dishes. The second half of the day, we went back to headquarters for the Griddle Crew Throwdown, which was a live chopped style cooking competition where we were once again partnered up and had to cook a dish in under 30 minutes, including 2 secret ingredients. I was teamed with Ryan Hoagland of Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer, and everyone knows his specialty is eggs.
I got the eggs. We're confident.
So we made a breakfast hash with tater tots, peppers and onions, spicy sausage, cheese, and of course, eggs.
I want to know how they're using the 2 secret ingredients. We're going to talk about our secret ingredients. Michael, tell everybody how you're using them.
All right, so we're making a breakfast hash, but we're going to put like a sweet glaze and stuff on top of it. So we're actually going to just crush these up and try to hide them into the hash, you know, maybe add a little bit of crispness, a little bit of salt. But then we're going to use the apricot preserves, and we're going to mix that with some maple syrup and maybe with some sweet maple seasoning. Make a nice little syrupy glaze and just drizzle on top.
I thought we had this competition won.
All right, Greenlee. I'm sensing the tension in the room is growing.
Not with me.
Who are you worried about that might be someone who could be a contender for you?
Nobody.
Oh,
No one?
Nobody.
Not a
wow.
single person.
I guess no tension over here. Oh, he's got this.
We got this.
We got the eggs. We got the eggs. We got the eggs. We got the eggs.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. What are we checking, folks? How we doing?
We're doing good. Gonna have a nice breakfast hash. Do you like a runny egg?
I do not like a runny egg. I do not like a runny egg. I do not like a runny egg.
Overcooked one.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up, hands up. I'll come back to that. Dude, now we've got a basic hash. Let's see how basic it is, though, because it is beautiful.
Those eggs look good.
They do. Leave it in the comments. Runny yolk or not. I'm not really a runny yolk kind of guy, and they actually asked to see what my preference was. Well,
Does that get them extra points?
maybe.
Maybe.
Oh,
Oh.
man down.
Golden Eve.
Is it spicy?
That's good. That's
You
good.
ready?
I can't get a.
You good?
I
That
can't
special
pick it up
sauce.
with
Pulling a CJ.
I
plastic
know.
fork. It's the plastic
That's the
fork.
plastic
Use
fork.
your hand.
Oh, I can't do that. I'll make a mess.
You're already making a mess. And? Whoa.
Whose was this?
Michael and...
Breakfast hash. I
This will
like
be
it.
Michael and Ryan.
Yeah.
I do wish that the eggs were still a little bit more runny.
Yeah, I'm seeing
were-
a lot of... Actually, I'm seeing a lot of runny and then not runny.
So we were worried about them. 10 minutes ago they were
Oh,
doing
this
these
one
eggs.
is. This one's runny.
They
a
came
little.
back. They came back and they started doing another one. Let's,
I'm
try
going
this
for
one.
second, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, you see.
This is the one I was worried about with those eggs.
Yeah.
Some
did you
eggs
show
are
everyone
runny,
at
some
home?
aren't.
Yep. We
So,
were worried about it 10 minutes
This
ago.
is different. That right there, that's what happens. They were perfect. I saw them when they came off. They were perfect. 10 minutes ago. They were perfect. 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago.
The tater tot has a really good flavor to it. Nice and crunchy. It's not hard at all.
Actually, you were the first person I ever saw do tots on the griddle. It's a
Hot
good trick.
chips.
Not bad.
And they know I like them loaded, which they did.
I don't get the surprise ingredients very much. Like
Where are the chips?
Potato chips.
Did they use chips?
I think they crumble them on top.
I mean, the bags.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Again. They're just crumbled. They're right there. That's a chip.
I'm
like a lot
not
of people
sure
did
if they
that.
hit the griddle or not.
That's
Yeah.
tough. That's tough.
Well, the next one.
Moving on. Moving on.
But maybe the judges were about 10 minutes too slow to tasting our dish, so we lost fair and square to Michael and Daniel.
Number 4.
It was such a blast even though we didn't win. The entire social summit ended with a fancy dinner at Ritter Mansion where they gave out prizes, we took pictures, and just had an all-around amazing end to an amazing weekend. With that, it was time to head home back to Austin. But as I reflect on the weekend, I think about how privileged I am to be part of this amazing crew of people. Blackstone has gone above and beyond to make us all feel special and like we are part of the Blackstone family. I can't believe I fell into this group off of what just started as a COVID hobby. I can't wait for what Blackstone has in store for the future, and I'm excited to be a part of it for years to come.